Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. If you cast your mind back a year ago or so, Nicola Sturgeon went off to Egypt on a very expensive little holiday for herself for no reason whatsoever to go to COP27. She wasn't invited, she had no standing, she didn't even have the passes to get into the big tent. She was sort of relegated to the periphery, and she did lots and lots of selfies to show how important it was that she was there, making a mark and showing that she's the sort of person who can talk to chauffeurs, chefs and cleaners. Well, Humza Yousaf has done a similar thing. He's gone on without being invited, without standing and without access to the big tent, simply to show the world how unimportant he is. And he truly, truly is. He's been caught doing selfies with people. Oh, look at me, I'm with this person and I'm with this person. The fact is that all the people he's taking his picture with are truly awful people. But that won't stop him because he needs his ego massaged. He's got a tiny, tiny one and he needs to make it look as though he's a major swinging dick in the world of international politics. We'll have a look at some of the people he's meeting and it is a bit sad, or indeed a bit worrying. But it's all to do with making Humza Yousaf look like he's important. Oh bless. Here goes. So Humza Yousaf follows Nicola Sturgeon's footsteps with a wave of cop pictures. Yes, a place he shouldn't be, at public expense, with a woman who's not his wife. And yet there he is, shaking hands with the great and the good. Well, actually, shaking hands with yesterday's men and tyrants. But he feels important, and we will look at these pictures as we go. Then we'll do the piece as well. But if we just look at these ones here. First one on that top left there, you've got him with John Kerry, a man who was once described as the next president of the United States. A man who never became president of the United States and who hasn't really been relevant for 30 years. Then on the top centre, you got him with Erdogan, the Turkish president. A man who is, well, let's just say, not one of life's pleasant people. He's very, very tied up with a lack of sort of human rights. He runs a totalitarian state. He's trying to turn it into a strongly Islamic republic. And there's all sorts of problems with his country. The Turkish lira is falling through the floor because of his lack of openness. And when you see what he's doing to the Kurds, that isn't too pleasant either. And so there's Humza Yousaf. Look, see, holding him very firmly by the hand and by the shoulder. He's probably been told by the spin doctors, if you do that, it envelops a level of trust in the person you're shaking hands with. It's a little psychological trick. But just look at Erdogan's face. He's like, who the fuck is this shaking my hand? Yes, okay, now go away, you strange little man. Yeah. And then just a whole bunch of faceless nobodies from the WEF and all the people that want to control us peasants and things like that. And he's sitting with them and, you know, pretending that he's in with the great and the good and that he's having deep conversations of world diplomatic matters. He's not. He's shaking hands with people just so he can look like he's someone with influence. And of course, he isn't. He isn't anything of. If he was influence, he wouldn't be sitting on the outskirts. Right at the edge, when you see the compound of where he is, he's so far out, he's not even in the blue zone. He's in what's called the green zone, but he's right up against the fence. It's only him and the latrines, and then it's the fence. It's literally that far out, because that's how unimportant he is. But don't tell him. God, his ego would be ruined. Anyway, Humza Yousaf's trip to Dubai for the climate conference has come with a stream of photographs of him meeting top politicians and climate leaders. The First Minister has already come under fire for posting an image with his meeting with the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. An SNP councillor said she was disgusted and disappointed and questions the SNP MSP's human rights credentials. And of course, because Erdogan is a dictator, is a bastard in terms of what he's doing to people. A Conservative MSP said the Nat leader is following Nicola Sturgeon's footsteps by running around looking for photo ops. Please shake my hand, he's saying. Please, I've got people at home who need to see me shaking hands with people who are important. Oh dear. During the COP26 event, it saw Miss Sturgeon snap selfies with the world leaders and environmental campaigners, including Joe Biden, Greta Thunberg, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's look at those three. Joe Biden, mentally ill man, seriously, needs to be locked up. It's elder abuse what they're doing to him. Greta Thunberg, well, she is mentally disturbed. She is undoubtedly, I think, suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome. She's got a very low IQ, and now she's got into the politics. She's actually alienating her own supporters for her support of baby murderers. It's a very strange position to take. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of the most racist and stupid people ever to rise to the top of American politics. And that's saying something when you look at the history. And so that's it sort of fits in nicely with what Nicola Sturgeon was sort of doing, you know. Anyway, Yousaf has posed with pictures with Al Gore, an American climate activist, Nobel Peace Prize winner and former US Vice President. He snapped laughing with Ursula von Leyen, it's von der Leyen, I believe, not Leyen. Anyway, von der Leyen, I think is how it's pronounced. The EU Commissioner President, and with John Kerry, the US Special Presidential Envoy for Climate. He makes an appearance along with Najim Mikati, the Prime Minister of Lebanon. All these good and wonderful people, they're all decent humanitarian people who have our interests at heart. I mean, obviously, they want to remove everything that we have, take our cars away, make us eat bugs, while they chomp through nice fat steaks at 30,000 feet in their private jets, but only to do so to save the climate. Aren't they a bunch of two-faced hypocritical wankers who need to be lined up against a wall? Stephen Kerr took to X to say Humza Yousaf seems to be enjoying COP28. Well, of course he is. He's not paying for it. Following in Nicola Sturgeon's footsteps by running around desperately looking for photo ops. It's a shame he doesn't show such enthusiasm for the Scottish Parliament. Oh no, can't do his job. Got to be over there. Got to be sitting there fully expensed with his Saturday girl, thinking, let's go back up to the room and let's do some discussions. You know, let's have some discussions. Anyway, according to the Scottish Government, the First Minister is due to hold meetings with international leaders. I don't believe that at all. That is bullshit, isn't it? It's the Scottish Government, so it's lies. SNP government lying again. No world leader will want to talk to him. He's a nobody. Anyway, it's to showcase how Scotland is taking innovative action to support the drive to a just transition. Nobody can actually explain what a just transition is. They use the word, but it's meaningless because it doesn't actually mean anything. What it means is, let's make everyone's life really bad. Let's take all the joy out of life, just so that we can look good and have a little circle jerk about how little we're actually doing for the economy, for the environment, while destroying the economy. Tossers. In a statement, Mr Yousaf said, during the next 2 weeks, the Scottish Government looks forward to sharing our net zero progress. Net zero, we all know, is impossible, so it's a load of bullshit anyway. Showcasing our strides in sustainability, there aren't any, and engaging in meaningful dialogue on climate action. You haven't got a clue what meaningful dialogue is, Humza Yousaf. You are too stupid. You don't even understand how little what you do makes to the world. Like none. Immeasurably small. COP28 also allows the Scottish Government to advance international relations. Why? It's not their job. They're not a nation state. The United Kingdom is the one that does that. It's a reserved matter. He shouldn't even be talking to other leaders. We need a Logan Act. I've said this before. We need a Logan Act in this country where only the government can speak to international leaders. No one else, no private citizen, no other political group can engage in foreign policy or discussions with foreign governments. To do so is a form of treason. And the Americans have that, the Logan Act, and I think we need it over here. And it would stop tossers like Humza Yousaf wasting public money, going over to these things where he's not invited and has no standing, just for photo ops and giggles with his whatever squeeze he has got that week, whatever girl he's taking with him to ease his pain, as it were. No one's heard a dot out of Mary McAllen, have they? She's over there, but what's she doing? She in the harem? Is that what it is? He's got a little harem up in the 5-star hotel, perhaps. Yeah, he's very well rested, shall we say. Anyway, I'll come up. We'll just laugh at him because he's such a tosser, isn't he? And the one thing they can't abide is ridicule. So let's ridicule him. Look, there's a picture of a nobody with a whole series of other nobodies and nasties. What a sad, sad man. He truly is. And look, he's got that fixed rictus grin of someone who's being photographed and realising he's just shit his pants. Coming up. He thinks we're all fools, you know. He takes these pictures and makes it look as though he's in deep negotiations, important matters of international, state relationships and things like that. And he's not. He's just literally running up to me. Oh, I know that person. Let me go and get a photograph. You got the cameraman. Get the cameraman. Get the camera. Oh, let me shake your hand. Look at that. And then let's do the picture. As though we're chums. And it's almost as though these people, they don't know who he is. There's no way John Kerry would know who Humza Yousaf is. But Humza's got to get his photo taken with him. It's honestly, it's like a sad schoolgirl, isn't it? Running out, oh, can I have your autograph? Love you. Love you, Donny Osmond. Shows my age, but you know what I mean. But it's just that, isn't it? It is just that. It's a schoolgirl infatuation with the powerful because he hasn't got any power himself. He's an incredibly sad, sad man. And worse, he's embarrassing himself and he's embarrassing for Scotland. Grow a pair. Pretend that you know how powerless you are. Know how little influence you have. And know that these people don't even know who you are. And if they did know who you are, they'd probably despise you. I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like and leave a comment. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and don't be anything like Humza Yousaf. Bye.